is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 265 of D&E TAKEOVER. I am riding solo today, like my boy Jason Derulo always says, but that doesn't stop us from talking about some basketball today. We got some sports updates to get into. We got some soccer to get into, some Champions League that give you some updates because the semifinals just came around. First leg just happened this past week, and we got to discuss it since there was no Thursday show. We have to do that. Also, we have more important news as well. It's the more relevant news. The NBA playoffs is actually going on right now, and round 2 actually kicked off. Well, technically kicked off like Saturday with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, but the most important game kicked off today, and it's the New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. And right now the Knicks are winning 21-17 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So I have that on the background because go Knicks, as I always say. But it's been a long week since the last episode, so we will recap as much as we can throughout sports and specifically in the NBA. Also, speaking of sports and freaking comedy as well, we had a Tom Brady roast over the weekend, which I thought was pretty sick. Netflix produced it, so if you haven't watched it, I'm definitely going to watch it soon. Yeah, I love when they do roasts and all that stuff, and the comedians are freaking hilarious, dude. But that looked pretty interesting. I saw like a couple clips on it on TikTok and Instagram, and it seemed pretty funny, so I got to actually watch that. But anyone else watch that? I don't know. Also, it's pretty much it. We're going to talk about NBA, talk about some NFL, talk about some Jimmy Butler comments that were made by the owner of the Heat. If you didn't hear about it, we'll tell you right now. And also a little bit of Champions League. So if you want to hear all those topics, make sure you hit that like down below and subscribe if you're new. And we're about to kick this off. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, a fantastic weekend. It's officially May. Last episode we were in April still, so now it's officially May, and that means I don't know, it just means more. I mean, that's the only thing I look at. I think for me it means no more school, but then again I can't even say that because I got to take a summer class. But then again, it's not about me, and I know, boo, whatever, it is what it is. But as of right now, guys, I got so much excitement in right now because I can't wait for one specific person to show up in today's chat because this specific person was giving me a lot of crap on Monday's show saying Clippers in 7, and I really want to rub it in their face. But as of right now, I got a lot of love right now. I got a lot of love in my heart. The Knicks are currently winning, and they look like it's a better matchup for them than in round 1 against the 76ers. They pulled it off in 6 games against 76ers on Thursday, which is insane. And not only that, the Pacers pulled off in 6 games against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I'm feeling good because if we overall look at my overall picks right now in the playoff predictions that we've been doing, I think I'm 7 for 8 in all the matchups so far. And Eric, I think, is 6 for 8. I could be mistaken. I don't have the paper in front of me, but right now I'm going to say that, I'm just winning this bad boy right now. 7 for 8. The only thing I got wrong was the Phoenix Suns and Timberwolves, which honestly, looking back at that now, I should have definitely changed that up. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of the predictions. Enough of that bracket. Actually, no, not enough because I'm actually 100% in the ESPN bracket, which I'm stoked about, but I don't think anyone cares about that. But anyway, let's move into what happened on Thursday's night's games because it's very interesting. The Knicks won 118-115, and the New York Knicks just look amazing. And it goes back to what I normally say, and I'm not allowed to say when Eric's on the show because he's a Knicks hater, as you can tell over there. But overall, the New York Knicks are one of obviously they're my favorite team to watch, but they are so exciting to watch. I think just in general because they have everything that I look for in terms of NBA production, NBA teams to be a good team. They have one consistent superstar, and that's Jalen Brunson, who's looking like the playoff MVP as of right now. I don't want to knock on wood real quick, but right now he's producing like he is the playoff MVP, and the Knicks are playing phenomenal because of it. Also, because they have something called team chemistry, which overlaps and beats any other thing that you have. You can have that we talk about this all the time. You have 3 superstars and no team chemistry, and that team's going to be worse than the team that has 1 superstar and great team chemistry. It's just that simple at the end of the day. Team chemistry is so important, and the Knicks had that, and they had the superstar. And the last one they got to check off the box is they have defense. They have intensity. They have physicality. They got everything that you need and you want to look at when you watch entertaining basketball, and the New York Knicks have it. And as of right now, it's led them to the second round. And I feel like every single game with the New York Knicks is going to be close. I mean, they don't have at least for my sake, they can't have a game where they're up by 20 points and I can comfortably watch the game and be like, all right, yep, no anxiety today. We're good. But no, they got to absolutely trench my heart and make my blood pressure rise every single game. And I don't know if it's healthy, but I might be the unhealthiest I've ever been in this next couple of months. So we'll tune in. We'll see if I make it. I'm most definitely going to make it. But right now, the Knicks are currently winning 27-24. But overall, just looking at this team, the New York Knicks pulled it off in 6 in Philly. And I got a little, I'm going to be honest with you. Everyone has been telling me. Eric told me when the Philadelphia 76ers went up, we're down 3-2. He's like, watch it. He's like, guess what? They're gonna win in 7. And I told him, I'm like, no, just watch it, take it game by game. But I'm gonna be honest, you guys, deep down inside my heart, I was freaking nervous because I know the New York Knicks are the New York Knicks, and sometimes they get unfortunate in terms of past, and they tend to lose leads, if we just say that nicely. But they didn't. So in your face, everyone who doubted the New York Knicks, and this will boo to you. And also a round of applause to the New York Knicks because they advanced to the next round. I do want to give some props to Joel Embiid. He played freaking phenomenal. Other than him stepping on players and getting technical fouls and being an overall dirty player, which we don't support over here, he is a phenomenal player. And he's one of those guys that I've lost respect for during this postseason, during this series, because of all the dirty plays that he's been playing. But it's just like, he's just so good. You know, it's like, it's so good that you have to respect him. I just don't like him as a person. That's so bad. I don't like him. I don't like the acts that he did during the game, but overall, he's still a phenomenal player and proved why. Honestly, Philly has to go back to the drawing board because they found Maxi's been playing phenomenal. Joel Embiid played phenomenal. And right now they're in one of those situations where it's like every single year we are always in a predicament where we haven't reached the Eastern Conference Finals. And I saw a weird stat on Joel Embiid saying that Joel Embiid is the only player, only MVP, I don't know in history, but the only MVP to never make it an Eastern Conference Finals, which is absolutely ridiculous when you are considered the most valuable player in the NBA, which means you're one of the best players in the league, if not the best player in the league. And the fact is that you cannot carry your team to not even the NBA Finals. We're talking about the Eastern Conference Finals. And it looks really bad on Joel Embiid's record, and right now it continues to tally up. They lost, I think, first round. They lost to Toronto in the semis. So second round, first round, second round, first round, second round, first round, something like that in that order. But they've never made it past to the third round, which is the Eastern Conference Finals, and they really need to improve because I don't know what other answers you can do. They say trust the process, but they've been trusting that process for the last 5 to 10 years, and nothing's been coming of it other than second round net exits and early exits in the playoffs because they still have a fantastic team. But overall, they just can't get it done when it matters the most, and that's consistently going to be on Joel Embiid's record going into the season. Right now, he's turning, I think, 30 years old. So, the time is only going faster from here, and he's only going to decline going forward. He's got like another couple years of good in his prime before he starts to decline. So the Phillies really got to start making something work before something happens. I've been hearing Jimmy Butler trades, and honestly, I don't want to get that deep into it, but as of right now, they need to figure out a third piece because that's honestly one of the key things that they've been missing. And also, looking at the 76ers team, Tobias Harris. Oh my gosh, talk about not showing up. I heard Kendrick Perkins say that Tobias Harris asked his teammates, he went to Chick-fil-A and asked his teammates what they wanted, and he came back and he brought napkins and utensils. That's literally the equivalence of how he played in that game 6, having, I think, a total of 2 points or 0 points, something like that along those lines. When a guy is averaging close to 20 and he's only producing 2 points, that's shooting red flags, shooting warning signs, everything in between. So honestly, it's his expiring contract of Tobias Harris, and honestly, he's going to be out of Philly. Like, if I had to place a bet on it, I would 100% guarantee that and lock it in because after a performance like that, the Philly fans don't want him. And I'm pretty sure the organization looks back and be like, do we really need you? Not really. Anyway, going into the Pacers and the Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks unfortunately lost to the Indiana Pacers 120-98. And it's inevitable. I mean, when your star players are in fact injured and wrong team. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard was out for 2 games that series, but still 2 crucial games that they could have won. And Giannis Antetokounmpo was out for the whole series with a calf injury. So it sucks to suck at the end of the day. And you're talking about a former champion that was in there, I think 2020, 2021, 2022 against the Phoenix Suns when Giannis dropped 50 on them. But overall, you're talking about a team that was at the top highest level and they haven't gone back to it in a couple of years. So it's very concerning about their future. And I think the most concerning part is that they got eliminated in the first round. Now it's not as bad as Philadelphia because of the sense that this is the first time that Damian Lillard and Giannis have been playing together, and also the fact that Giannis did not play this whole series. So there is a little bit of fallback and leniency in that situation with Milwaukee and their future. But I think they have at least one more year with Dame and Giannis, and then we'll see what happens. I've been hearing some speculation that Giannis might leave right now, and either Giannis or Dame. And the way that they've been playing, it might be better off if they go their separate ways, but we'll see what happens with that. There's a lot of behind the scenes that we got to look at going forward. But Fernando's in the building. What's going on, Fernando? He said, "What's up? You solo tonight?" Yeah, I'm solo tonight, unfortunately. But like I said, because I'm solo does not mean I can't talk about sports. I'm gonna keep on talking about it. Like I said, I'm gonna see how long I can go. We just covered Thursday's basketball, and then we're gonna get into Fridays and basically just recap the weekend going forward. And of course, my New York Knicks are now tied 27-27 with 10 minutes left in the second. They just love doing that. I don't understand. The more I watch sports, the more I realize how bad it is for me. But it's just like it's like a car crash. You just see it, you drive by, and you're like, I gotta look, and it looks bad, but you just gotta keep on looking because it's like it's there. It's there. You can't get away from it. The New York Knicks are there. And sometimes they look really good, and then all of a sudden they're the car crash, and I have to keep on looking because you never know what's going to happen next. But anyway, over the weekend, on Friday, we had my Dallas Mavericks. And yes, I said Dallas Mavericks because of the fact that the Dallas Mavericks advanced in Game 6. They clinched the series in 6 against the LA Clippers. And honestly, I'm so happy about it because everyone, and by everyone, I mean Knives, shout out to Knives, said Clippers in 6, Luka's overrated. And as of right now, I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. And Dallas Mavericks are in the second round, and LA Clippers are in Cancun right now. So overall, got to be happy with the way that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have been playing for the Dallas Mavericks. They just re-signed Jason Kidd to a multi-year extension this morning. So it goes to show that they have a lot of faith in this team, a lot of faith in their head coach, and they basically know the future for the next couple of years is good in Dallas as of right now. But Dallas won. Luka's been playing phenomenal. I think the key for them going forward, they verse the Thunder tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So overall, the Dallas Mavericks are versing them the OKC Thunder. And if we really got to break down that matchup, you got one superstar in Luka Doncic, who's just phenomenal. And not even that, Kyrie Irving as well. That duo has been playing amazing and been really picking it up towards the end of the season into the playoffs, and it's been carrying over. Luka's defense has been playing phenomenal this postseason so far. I got to give him his props. And also Kyrie Irving has been scoring in bunches. As I said, fourth quarter comes, he's the most clutchest player on the court. So they've been really bouncing off of each other, and the role players like PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, and also Maxi Kleber coming off the bench, they've been producing. So you got to be happy where you are at Dallas. But if you look at the other side in OKC, you're talking about a team that swept. And I know it's the New Orleans Pelicans without Zion Williamson. I totally get it. But when you sweep, it's still an impressive bout because you went to their home court and won 2 games. And honestly, I think that says way more than what we're thinking and what we actually think it means. But overall, the Thunder are a young team. And when I originally did my bracket, I had the Dallas Mavericks advancing in this matchup, and I still do. But OKC still looks like a scary team because the only difference that they have is something called depth. They have so much depth on that team. They have a bunch of young guys that love playing the ball, love playing the game, and overall, they have so much to ride off coming off the bench. And I feel like that's going to be the downfall of the Mavericks is if they let the bench players like Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, just to name a few. Let me see who else is on that list. Hold up. Yeah, Jalen Williams. You got Gordon Hayward on that team as well. Shout out to Gordon Hayward. You got was it Anthony Wiggins, Aaron Wiggins? Yeah, they got a bunch of young guys that just know how to play the ball. And overall, you look at this team. They have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is their superstar. They're another equivalence of a team that has really good chemistry. They have that one superstar, and they play really freaking hard, and they play really good on defense. You know, overall, OKC Thunder are a scary team, and that's why they were literally the first seed in the regular season, in the regular season this year. But as of right now, it's going to be a tough matchup for these teams, and I'm taking experience over young gameplay. And I think when you have a superstars like Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, it's really hard to overcome that and really look past that. And I think their experience is going to override a young OKC team. And I do think that this series might go to 7. I wouldn't be shocked, or maybe 6, because Dallas is going to win it at home. But overall, Luka Doncic has to get it done. He's got to come back healthy, and right now he's currently injured, so that's my only speculation. But he's not going to come out. The key game plans for OKC is to play fast basketball. They're one of the best teams in terms of fast play. Also, get their youngins involved. And what I mean by that is their young guys off the bench, get them off early, and overall just keep on playing hard and fast-paced basketball. OKC's been very dominant in that throughout all season. That's why they're literally first in the West. Now for the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic has been playing phenomenal this postseason, averaging, I think, over 30 points per game. Just playing great. Honestly, let me get the exact numbers so I don't butcher this. Yeah, Luka Doncic is averaging 30 points a game. Yeah, he's just playing 30 points a game. Wait. 30 points a game, 9 rebounds and 10 assists. He's just playing phenomenal as always. And I think the key for the Dallas Mavericks is to get Luka and Kyrie Irving cooking quick. But that's obviously a given because they're obviously going to always do that. But the thing is getting your guys like PJ Washington some handles and getting him some 10-plus points. Get guys like Daniel Gafford scoring early as well. Tim Hardaway off the bench. They need to implement more of these guys because when we saw that Clippers series against Dallas, we had when they won those games, the Dallas Mavericks, when Dallas Mavericks won those games against the Clippers, it was because someone else was going off other than Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Even though Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic had the headlines and he still played phenomenal, you can't win a game with just 2 guys. And it's very prominent in this sense. You're looking at a group of guys that rely on, sure, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, but in order for them to win games like they did against the Clippers in advance, they need guys like PJ Washington to step up. They need guys like Daniel Gafford. They need guys like friggin' what's his name? Maxi Kleba also had a fantastic game. Derek Lively, the second. We're talking about all these guys. Josh Green coming off the bench. A lot of young guys that have played in the playoffs in the past, other than Derek Lively, who's a rookie, but he's been playing phenomenal for them. Like, they need to get these guys involved more because we look at their last game against LA when they won 114-101. You're talking about Luka Doncic, 28 points, 13 assists, 7 rebounds. Kyrie Irving, 30 points. Like, those guys are going to do their thing day in, day out. No one's questioning that. And even if you try to slow them down, you're not. But the thing is, can we slow down guys like PJ Washington? In the game that they won, PJ Washington dropped 14 points. In the game that they won, Daniel Gafford dropped 13 points. In the game that they won, Derek Lively dropped 10 points. The reason what I'm saying is that, sure, Luka and Kyrie are always going to go off. That's not a question. But in order for them to win, they need guys like Derek Lively, Josh Green, Maxi Kleba, all these guys, all these other key role players to come in and produce and get the job done. And if they do that, they're going to be sitting in the driver's seat going into the series because they have better superstar power with Luka and Kyrie compared to Shea and Chet. They have better if they have the bench going, they have a better defensive end in terms of that, in terms of bench, in terms of overall team. If the bench is playing up to the standards, and at that point you're already tackling most of the keys to win, and they already play physical. So without further ado, the Dallas Mavericks are winning, but OKC needs to shut down those other guys and really see where they end up in that sense. But overall, Dallas and OKC is going to be another exciting one. I know if we had to rank these series, the Philadelphia 76ers series versus the Knicks was the number 1 best one. And a lot of people were saying that the Thunder and the Pelicans one was the most boring one. And honestly, I could agree. And that could just be biased towards me because of the fact that I'm falling asleep at 10:30 when these games start. So overall, it's going to be an exciting matchup, though, because you got to see like a young team that's inexperienced versus a young team that's inexperienced that has a lot of talent versus a team that has a lot of pressure in terms of 2 superstars in Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic to get it done. And also, this is the best team that they've ever had altogether, so that you have to get it done this year. So it's very intriguing to see what the future beholds in this matchup. But that's tomorrow at 9:30, so you know damn well that I'm watching that game. But round of applause to these two. Also, you had the Magic versus the Cavaliers, and honestly, I take back what I said about the. I don't take back. I think this is the second most boring series to watch. The Cavs and the Magic. I'm sorry. I just have no interest in watching these two teams play, just because of the fact that I know both of these teams are going to be eliminated next round, whoever advanced, and the Cavaliers advanced in 7. Overall, I got to give a round of applause to the Orlando Magic, though. Paulo Banchero playing phenomenal. You're talking about his second year, already leading his team to a forget a first round playoff playoff game, but also the fact that he led his team to a 5th seed in the West, in the East. So for the first time, you're hearing Orlando in a top 5, top 6 in the East is really peculiar to hear. And I use a big word right there. But overall, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell was too much to stop him. And at the end of the day, Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs beat the Orlando Magic. I don't think there's too much to say about this, but it was pretty much expected on my end. But I got to give some round of applause to the Orlando Magic and that young core. They got a lot of future. Let's just say that. Also, shout out to John. Didn't get to this before, but John said, "Yo, what's going on, John? Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're having a great day." But overall, let's move on into the game that happened Saturday. It was the first game of the second round between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. It's also going on tonight, I think, at 10 o'clock. So it's going to be a very interesting. You suck, OG Anunoby. Farts. Friggin' suck. You make me so sad. Oh my gosh. We can't hit nothing. But overall, let me get back into this. The Nuggets defeated. No, not so. The Nuggets got defeated by the Minnesota Timberwolves, 106-99. And honestly, I'm a little shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little shocked. I mean, granted, I underestimated the Timberwolves and the fact that I had the Phoenix Suns beating them in 7. But overall, watching how dominant they are, not only with their big men of Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns on the rebounding end, but also the fact that Anthony Edwards is playing like a freaking dog, man. Anthony Edwards is playing phenomenal. You know, they say it's the second coming of Michael Jordan. Sure, I'm all for it. I'm buying into it right now. We're talking about a team, a guy that is playing with so much intensity, trash talking like no other. And the fact is that he's backing it up with his gameplay. You talk about the game that he versed with Minnesota against Denver. He dropped 43 points in this game, shot 17 for 29 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Guys, and 1 steal and 2 blocks. This guy is basically becoming one of the best players in the league. And next year, you're going to see a big leap from him. And I know he made a press conference, like, I don't know, a couple months back saying that I'm only at 60% of my potential, whatever the hell number he gave. But it was a very low number. And the fact is, like, I didn't believe him. I'm like, yeah, this is what everyone says, you know, whatever. He's going to get better, but by how much? And watching him in this playoffs reminds me of like how Jamal Murray took a big leap in last year's playoffs and basically just being the man. And Anthony Edwards is the man for Minnesota. Like, you look at that squad, it used to be Karl Anthony Towns' team, and now you look at that squad, it's like it's very much so Anthony Edwards' team, and it's not even close. But like we say, Minnesota Timberwolves had some help with obviously 6 man of the league. Shout out to Naz Reid winning the 6 man of the league, but dropping 16 points in this game, becoming a key player for them off the bench. And also guys like Karl Anthony Towns dropping 20 points and Rudy Gobert having 13 rebounds, but also 3 blocks, and Mike Conley having 14 points from their team. You look at Denver, though. Denver is a little bit of an issue because it's not like anybody played poorly. They shot 42% from 3, which is phenomenal. They shot 47% from the field. They shot better from 3-point than the Minnesota Timberwolves did. So it goes to show that it wasn't a shooting problem. It was just the fact that I think one key thing, I mean, let me get into the numbers real quick. Jokic dropped 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Michael Porter Jr. dropped 20 points, and Jamal Murray dropped 17 points. I guess one of the key factors you can look to is you can't have Jamal Murray only dropping you 17 points when the dude's averaging close to 28 points a game in this postseason. And the fact is that he cannot be dropping you only 17 points in this particular game, especially when you know how great and how great these players are for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the fact is that they match up so well against Denver. You need to produce day in and day out. And Jamal Murray needs to have a better game on that sense. He shot 6 for 14, which is not particularly good. Honestly, not good at all. But Jokic has another phenomenal game. He basically says that no big man is going to stop him, even if you have Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns, which honestly, looking from on paper, this is the best matchup that the Nuggets are. This is the best matchup to stop the Nuggets. Is a Timberwolves lineup because they got two big men in Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, and also Naz Reid coming off the bench. So they got height, which is one of the things to stop them. The fact is that you were able to win this game with Jokic still dropping 32, 8, and 9. And I think that's a big plus for Timberwolves because it goes to show that we don't need to slow down Jokic to win. We need to slow down Jamal Murray, which they did in this game. We need to slow down their players coming off the bench. And if you overall look at their bench points, you had Christian Brown, not Chris Brown. Chris Brown doesn't play basketball. Christian Brown with 7 points. You had Reggie Jackson with 5 points and Justin Holiday with 3 points off the bench. That combines with a total of 15 points off the bench. And if you compare it to the Minnesota Timberwolves bench, Naz Reid, one player on the Minnesota Timberwolves bench, had more points. He had 16 more points than the Denver Nuggets whole bench. Honestly, at the end of the day, guys, I think the biggest thing that we're going to have to look at is the Nuggets and their bench. Their bench needs to at least be close because the Timberwolves bench had 25 points total and the Denver Nuggets bench had 15 points total. That's a 10-point differential. If they can at least keep it even or at least close to it, you're talking about a total shift in the game because they won by 7 points. So we basically look at the end of the day, Denver Nuggets, in order to bounce back, Jamal Murray needs to drop at least 25 plus. It's that simple. With the star power of Anthony Edwards and how well that they're playing, they need everyone to produce. This is not like you're versus the Los Angeles Lakers where you can just have Jokic playing and everyone be okay with it. You need everyone to produce, and they need everyone to step up. They need Michael Porter Jr. to step up. They need their bench to step up. They need Jamal Murray to step up. So a lot of key factors with that. Also, another thing for Denver, get your bench going. You know, a lot of people look at it and be like, you know what, you don't even use a lot of players off your bench. But here's the thing, you're still using some. And at that point, you're using them and they give a certain energy to their squad. And I think if you watch a New York Knicks team like that, they do have a shorter rotation. I think they're on a 7-man rotation. But when they put in Deuce McBride or Mitchell Robinson, you see a total shift of energy, more little burst. Because right now your starters are coming out of the game and they're a little sluggish. You know, they have less jump in there and they have less legs under their jump and all their stuff. But overall, and all of a sudden you put in the point guard, you put in a bench player, and boom, the intensity's back on. They put the other team on their heels. They need Denver's bench to be explosive like that. Overall, I was very shocked by this game one. I did not expect Minnesota to win this, particularly not at home, not away against Denver Nuggets when Denver was at home. So it's gonna be very exciting to see what this series beholds, because it's gonna be another exciting one. Because it's not like they slow down Jokic, and I'm gonna keep on repeating it. They did not slow down Jokic, and that's the scary part. You know, like Jokic cannot be stopped. It's not like Jokic had a bad game, and then like everyone else had a bad game. We're like, all right, they just had a bad game. It's the fact is that Jokic still played phenomenal, and the Nuggets still lost. It just goes. It's very confusing in that sense. So I think Timberwolves, you deserve an A+ for this one, man. You already have home court advantage right now. You already took one in Denver. So if you tie the series 1-1, guess what? You're going back to Minnesota up tied 1-1. And guess what? You can go up 3-1 in Minnesota. And even if you lose in Denver in game 5, you come back to Minnesota in game 6 and win it 4-2. So right now the ball is in Minnesota's court, and honestly, they're in the best situation right now. You win one game on the road, you have home court advantage. So very impressive what the Timberwolves are doing right now. Nuggets a little concerning, but I'm not that concerned because, like I said, this is a championship team that knows how to win. So I'm pretty sure they're going to find it. I think this is one of those things where it's like, oh, we just versed the Lakers and that was a pretty easy matchup. We won that in 5. We are not taking it easy, but we're not expecting the intensity of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Timberwolves are like, bam, in your face. So we'll see what happens. I think game 2 is going to go to the Nuggets tonight, but unless Anthony Edwards drops 50 points, who knows? Shout out to Invisible Input. Appreciate you, my dude. He said, yo, where's Eric? Eric's unfortunately at school. He couldn't make it today. He also said, "Who are the favorites for the finals? Really like how the Timberwolves have been playing." Dude, it's so tough because I literally made two brackets for this, and I had in both of them the Nuggets and the Boston Celtics going to the NBA Finals. In both of them, and I had the Celtics winning in one, and I had the Nuggets winning in one. Looking at it right now and how the Nuggets played in Game 1, especially at home, it's a little cause for concern. Now, I'm not gonna put the whole. I'm not throwing everything off the ship and running away from it. But overall, I just you look at it, and it's like a little concerning that they've lost their home game because you know about how good Denver is, particularly at home, and the fact is that they lose one is not really a good sight for them. Overall, you look at this. You look at the finals or the bracket and everyone who's playing. I think the favorites are in fact. Who do I? It's still I'm still gonna go with the Nuggets and the Celtics. I think those are the two favorites. Nuggets out of the West and the Celtics out of the East because this is gonna be the toughest matchup for the Nuggets. And if they can get past it, they verse either the Thunder or the Mavericks in the Western Conference Final. At that point, they match up so well against both teams that it doesn't even matter. So it's either the winner of the Timberwolves and Nuggets game or the favorites for the finals, and that's what it is. And for the Eastern Conference, I still think it's the Celtics. Even though I love my beloved Knicks and I think they're going to make it far, I think the Celtics have too much star power, and maybe Kristaps Porzingis will be back by then. So who knows what the hell is going to happen? But as of right now, those are my two finals, my two favorites for the final. It's still the winner of the Timberwolves and Nuggets and the Celtics in the East. But yeah, that's all I got. Pretty much going in today's game right now between the Knicks and the Pacers. The Pacers are winning, unfortunately. Get the booze ready. 48-46 with 1 minute left in the second period. Second period. What is this, hockey? In the second quarter. Oh, never mind. It's 50-46. Go screw this. Screw this. I don't know why I watch these guys play anymore. Whatever. But overall, that's all I have in the NBA world. And right now, you have the Timberwolves playing later tonight at 10 o'clock versus the Nuggets. So that game 2 is going to be going on. And we're going to update you more on Thursday when that happens and actually talk about the game in more depth. Also, I do want to discuss a little bit of Champions League because, like I said, on last Tuesday and Wednesday, there was also Champions League soccer. And also, this Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be even more Champions League soccer. And this determines who's going to the finals in the Champions League. So it can be very exciting to watch. And as of right now, for anyone who didn't watch, on Tuesday, April 30th, you had Bayern tie Real Madrid 2-2. And I believe that they were at Bayern, if I could be mistaken. Let me get this right. Yep, they were in Bayern. They were at Bayern's home stadium in Germany. So they were in Germany. So Real Madrid tied the game 2-2. Honestly, if you're looking at it, Real Madrid definitely saved them because overall, it's worse when you go home with a loss on your hand. The fact that you kept it close, the game right now is 0-0. That's all it is. And you're playing home right now. It's looking in the favor of Real Madrid. And as of right now, I think I'm still going to go with Real Madrid because they have the Harry Kane curse in Bayern. So I'm going to go Real Madrid takes it in Wednesday's game. And then you had on Wednesday, May 1st, you had Borussia Dortmund versus PSG. Borussia Dortmund won 1-0, which is very shocking because I feel like we're seeing like an occurrence of the PSG right now. PSG, Kylian Mbappe doesn't show up in game ones or in the first leg. And now all of a sudden you're going to see a different shift where he's going to score probably 2 goals next game and PSG is going to advance. Just because of the star power of PSG alone, I have PSG advancing into the next round. So when they play tomorrow at 3 p.m., I got PSG winning, and they are at home. So overall, PSG's at home. I'm taking the home teams. So pretty much for this next 2 days, I'm having both home teams taking this. And Jalen Brunson just missed a 3-pointer, and we're down by 6. Lord help me. Woo! Gotta love sports. But overall, I have PSG making it to the UEFA Champions League finals and also versing Real Madrid versus the Champions League final. And that'd be a great storyline in the sense where you got Kylian Mbappe going to a club that's probably going to acquire him this summer. A little bit of foreshadowing there, maybe. And it's halftime. And the Knicks, wow, nice shot. Half-court shot by Isaiah Hartenstein. Jesus Christ, I didn't know he can shoot that. Damn, with his robot Frankenstein jumper, he made it from half court. They are up 53-49 at half. So it's a very close game in New York. So we'll see if they can pull it out. Overall, my Champions League final predictions is PSG versus Real Madrid. So that means I have PSG winning and I have Real Madrid winning. It makes sense. There's no other rocket science to this. But overall, to get into some update of hockey, and then we'll get into our games, close it out. Right now, you have the Boston Bruins versus the Florida Panthers. They're 0-0 right now. I know Bruins won on Saturday against the Maple Leafs in overtime, so they won a Game 7. They're playing right back on Monday, so they're wasting no time getting into it. And honestly, that's a positive or a negative for a team. Negative is that they're super tired. Positive is that they lose no momentum and get settled. Also, going into it last evening, yesterday evening, the Rangers defeated the Hurricanes 4-3. Shout out to the Rangers. Unfortunately, my beloved Islanders are out of here, but I got to root for the other New York team in this building, which is the Rangers. They're up 4-3 against the Hurricanes right now. They lead game 1-0 right now, going into tomorrow's game where they play at home against Carolina. So stay tuned for that one. And also, you have the Dallas Stars winning a Game 7 against the Golden Vegas Knights. They pulled off an extreme comeback. I believe they were down 3-1 at a point. So they pulled off the comeback and they closed it out in 7 games against the Golden Knights. So shout out to the Dallas Stars for pulling that off. And right now, you look at the brackets, you have the Dallas Stars going up against the Colorado Avalanche. You got the Vancouver Canucks versus the Edmonton Oilers. And then you have the Florida Panthers going up against the Boston Bruins in the Eastern Conference, and the Rangers against the Hurricanes. Guys, if you want to put a bet down real quick, let me give you some logic in this sense, help you out. Colorado Avalanche are beating the Dallas Stars. You can mark my words in that. I don't know how many games, but Colorado Avalanche are winning. The Edmonton Oilers are beating the Canucks, and these are 2 upsets, by the way, because both of those teams that are losing are number 1 seeds. So we got the Colorado Avalanche winning and the Edmonton Oilers advancing to the conference finals. And in the Eastern Conference semifinals, you have the Florida Panthers against the Boston Bruins. And I'm a little concerned about Boston overall because the fact is they had to take it to a game, Game 7 matchup and win by overtime against the Maple Leafs. So it was very concerning. And also the concerning part is that they barely beat a team they barely beat a Toronto Maple Leafs team without their best player in Austin Matthews. So it's very concerning in that end. So Boston's a little iffy on my end, and that's why I have Florida Panthers advancing. So we got 3 right there to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then obviously the Rangers swept them. They closed it out. I have the New York Rangers advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. So just to recap on y'all, so you want to put a nice little bet in. Colorado Avalanche pulling off the upset based off of seeding. Edmonton Oilers pulling off the upset based off of seeding. And the reason why I'm saying based off of seeding, because I think both teams are better. They're just better than what the seeding beholds. And then in the Eastern Conference, you got the Florida Panthers winning, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the New York Rangers advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. So a quick little update on hockey. There we go. Put in your picks because it's about to go. Overall, great games going on. Great playoffs. I love hockey playoffs. And right now it's very entertaining. Even though my team isn't in it, it's still fun to watch. But overall, guys, that pretty much sums up today's episode. Appreciate y'all right now. If you haven't done it already, make sure to hit that like button down below. It would much help us. Much help us. What am I saying? Freaking dyslexic now speaking. It helped us very much. And overall, guys, appreciate you. And I think we're gonna close out with our some games real quick. Just wrap up quickly with some games. And by games, I mean our NBA Podal, Weddle, and soccer guessing games. Let's see if we can wrap this up quick. I'm feeling hot right now. So let's see. I'm gonna start off with Jalen Brunson, my guy. Nope, that's not how you spell it. There you go. Jalen Brunson. Oh, he's on the New York Knicks. Guys, I told you we're getting this quick. Dante DiVincenzo. Come on, don't mess with me. I can't spell. There we go. It's too easy. 2 guesses. I'm telling you I'm on fire right now. I'm telling you I'm on fire. That took 26 seconds. Wasting no time right now. Let's go into the next one. Weddle. Who do I go with? I don't know what to go with. I'm thinking Austin Eckler for some reason. I don't know why. It just popped in my head, but we're going Austin Eckler. Wasting no time right now. Austin Eckler. He is a running back, 27, 26, 29, 28. He's in the AFC. He's a tall dude, too. Okay, I'm going to go Joe Mixon. Oh, my gosh. I'm too good. Let's go. That took another, 30 seconds to do? Come on. Don't mess with us. Don't mess with me. Joe Mixon. Okay, he's in the AFC. He's not on offense. He's 6 foot or 5'11". He's an older man. Let's go with, I'm trying to think of any type of defender. Farts, who's an old man? Don't know. We're gonna go with, I'm getting the Williams brothers in my head right now. If I can find it. Quincy Williams, why not? He's in the AFC East. He's on defense. He has a low number, so he has to be a cornerback. His cornerbacks or safeties or any type in the secondary. Let's go with AFC East. Okay, let's go Poirier. No. Spell it. Pryor? Matt Pryor? Farts, that wasn't him. Jesus Christ. Who was his name? White. When did he get on the Rams? Oh, he's in the secondary too. It doesn't even help. Okay, let's focus. AFC East. It's not the Jets. The Buffalo Bills. The Boston Celtics just popped in my head. Jesus Christ. New England Patriots. New England Patriots. Who's the other team? Miami Dolphins. Okay, we're gonna go Xavier Howard. What? Where are all these guys going? I swear they were in the league. I swear they're in the league. And the thing that sucks is I can't spell. Okay, let's try to get the team. Javon Harlan. I know he's not. He's on Miami. He is a safety. Dang it. I'm losing it, guys. I'm trying to think. Jones? I have no idea. Jesus Christ. Who's on these teams? That was my best guess. I have no clue right now. Hold up. Just give me 1 second. Let's go deep in the bag. I don't know what all these trades are. Everyone got out of there in free agency. I think that's the guy I wanted to look for before. Let's go. I knew it. Let's go. Okay, we're on fire right now. Let's close it out with the last one. And I can go watch my beloved Knicks lose in game 1, which I'll cry if they do. I won't cry. Not that intense, but maybe a little tear. Let's go into our who are you? Let's do it. I'm feeling Declan Rice to start off. Please be Prem. Fart, you suck. Locatelli. not Serie A. It's not in La. Okay, so go La Liga. Let's go Luka Modric. It's not in La Liga either. Oh, very nice. Let's go with Vitinha. Oh, it's in German League, Bundesliga. Sane, is he? It's a forward. I'm trying to Martial. No, not Marsala. That's that squad. Go. I'm trying to think. There we go. This guy. I don't know what I ate today. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the end of the season or end of the school year that I'm just all of a sudden smart for some reason. But this would just go to show that anything happens. And I just got probably the quickest games I ever did solo. But that was awesome. That was fun. But without further ado, guys, that officially concludes episode 265 of D&E TakeOver. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in, even listening. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy the episode, just click off. Don't even dislike it. That'd be great. Thank you. But without further ado, if you haven't done already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us on all socials. And like I said, hit that like button down below. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your next couple of days, and we'll see you back on Thursday. Without further ado, it's been your boy David, and we are out. Episode 265 is in the books. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Enjoy your day. Peace.